There are a few questions that every startup should ask themselves in order to make sure that they are setting themselves up for success. Because when we start those businesses, what we wish for and what we see is only success, prosperity, and seeing our businesses getting into the highest levels that they can get to. And so today we are going to dive deep into these questions and also see how they can move us forward as we start our businesses. Hello my besties, welcome back to the channel. If you're still new around here, my name is Piwe and I am your best friend cheering you on as you build your own business. And this is a community that can relate to each other and that can learn from each other's experiences. So you are welcome to subscribe and become a part of this amazing community, and also share with us where you are in your own journey and how you're growing yourself every day. So today I want us to talk about 10 questions that we can ask ourselves before we start that business to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for greater good and also for greater success for our businesses. As you may have imagined, the first question to ask is, am I solving a real problem here? Is it a problem that people really need a solution to? And can they pay for its solution? Because sometimes we start a business not because we are thinking about what people are struggling with, but because we are thinking about what is interesting to us. But what is most important is to ask, what pain points am I solving? The second question to ask is the market big enough? Hear me out on this one. You need to know how big is the total addressable market for whatever solution that you want to bring into the market. You need to know if this is $1 million or $1 billion, rand, whatever currency you have in mind, solution or opportunity. And also ask yourself if you can scale it globally, especially if you are interested in finding investors, because investors are more interested in data-backed markets than guesses that you might have when it comes to how big the market is for your solution. Third is, how can I get my product market fit? You need to know how you will know when the users actually love your product. You also need to figure out how you can track the fitness of your product in the market. And then from there, you need to know how you can increase their retention and engagement. And this is for people that have started and are ready to scale. Fourth, you need to ask yourself, how is the business actually making money? You need to figure out the best business model for you. Is it transactions? Is it subscriptions? Is it marketplace? Is that marketplace physical or online? You need to figure out how you want to sell your product and what is the best way that your product can sell. Because other products can sell well online, while others need physical stores in order for them to perform in the best way that they can perform. And also for this one, you need to know what should be the pricing. And remember that you don't have to be the cheapest in the market for people to buy from you. People don't buy cheap stuff, they buy solutions. If you are bringing a solution, no matter how much you charge, if it is reasonable, then people are gonna buy from you. Know your margins, know how to price your products and services. Next, you should ask yourself if should you bootstrap or should you raise funding. But this one is quite tricky because sometimes we think that we need investors, we need investments, we need money before we start our businesses, when in reality we are just stalling. We are just listening to the fear and not taking the action that we should be taking. Ask yourself, how far can you go without the funding and without raising money? Then ask yourself, when is the best time to fundraise? Also, I need us to remember that even though bootstrapping can preserve your ownership of the company, you get to keep the entire percentage of the company, but then it can limit your growth speed. Next, I need you to ask yourself how you will stand out when the competitors already exist in the market, which is why I need you to know your unique advantage. Know why customers would choose you over competition. Figure out what makes you different and what is it that you do that is hard to copy. This doesn't have to be something that is invented, that hasn't been seen in this world. It can just be how you treat your customers, how you make your follow-ups, how you include your customers when you are developing that product, and how much you take care of your clients. That could be something that makes you unique, something that draws people into your business. Then I need you to ask yourself, how can you acquire customers in a very cheap way? Customer acquisition is one of the hardest challenges in business. That is why I need you to choose what channels would work best for your business. And this is based on your target market, because every channel is different and it caters for different target markets. If you're targeting millennials, then you know you can go to Instagram. If you're targeting a platform that can build a community, then you know you can go to Facebook. If you're targeting Gen Zs, then you can go to TikTok. And if you're targeting people who are interested in personal growth, then you can go to YouTube. But then you can always choose 2 platforms that you can start with and slowly grow and use other platforms to bring awareness of your business. Then I need you to find ways that you can reduce your customer acquisition costs. Ask yourself, how can you grow without wasting money that you don't have yet? Then next, I want you to figure out how can you build the right team for your business, because startups can live or die because of their team. Figure out if you need a technical co-founder. Decide on how you want to split your equity. And also figure out when to hire employees and when to hire contractors. Because there's a difference between hiring a person because you need them for the time being and also hiring them because the business needs them for a long term. So never make a mistake of hiring an employee when you need a contractor. Because again, this can lead you to wasting money that you don't have yet. Next, I need you to ask yourself, how long is my runway? Founders constantly calculate the survival time when the key concerns are: how many months of cash do we have, whether in stock or in cash? What expenses can be cut? And when should you raise the next round? And finally, you need to ask yourself, what could potentially kill this startup? Experienced founders often make this mistake of obsessing over risks like regulatory changes, platform dependencies, and economic downturns. But strong founders actively identify these problems and find a solution to them before they even occur. As a founder, it is natural to find yourself asking yourself, is the risk and the sacrifice worth it? I know that startups demands and comes with a lot of uncertainty. You may find yourself weighing stability over entrepreneurship, weighing personal freedom over investor pressure, weighing long-term vision over short-term survival. And I'm here to tell you that it is worth the risk, it is worth the sacrifice. You might not see it now, but when you run the course, when you let the process just take its course, you will reap more than you have imagined. Because sometimes you end up taking a decision that is not fulfilling just because it is giving you some kind of certainty, some kind of assurance, some kind of comfort. But if it is not fulfilling, then why make that decision? Why take it? Why not choose sacrifice and then avoid regrets? Because the people who regret the most are the people that didn't take a decision that works for them, a decision that could have brought them everything that they have ever wanted out of this life. Because if not now, then when? You are the writer of your own story. You are the orchestrator of the entire thing. You are your own universe. There's no one else that is gonna come into your life and tell you how to live it. That is why you have to make those decisions for yourself and make sure that they are the decisions that are suitable for you right now and also for you in the future. Think about your future. Think about your future self. Keep running. You're gonna get there someday. You're gonna get there one way or the other. And when you do, you are gonna thank yourself. And you're gonna be so grateful that you took this decision right now. And so, with that being said, I love you. I hope you love yourself too. And I hope you prioritize yourself and your business. And you are taking steps every day to make sure that you are getting to where you want to be in life. Until the next one, bye from me.